Good evening to all. This is the late evening look. The Warren's business and commercial area, which is the city away from the city. You can see this is on the ABC highway itself. Looking towards the Warren's West Center. And this is the old Warren's estate. You can see the eastern end of the Baobab Towers from here. And this is the Williams Towers here, which is head office for Digicel. And this is the Massey Dome, Massey Supermarket, which was once Super Center. And you can see the Massey Dome in the background. This is the Cgi Towers. And you can see Chafet Restaurant as well. Chafet moved to Warren's in 1996. It was officially opened on the 12th of December. And this is the Cgi Tower, which stands for Consumer Guarantee Insurance. And next door will be, in the background, will be the Republic Bank in Barbados. So this is the old Warren's Business Center, Warren's Business Area. This is the Digicel head office, known as the Williams Towers. You can see the Massey Supermarket, which was once Super Center. It moved to Warren's in 2002 to replace the Super Center that was in Rockdale Park. Cafe, which is just up the road, which is now Savings Plus. And you can see the Cgi Towers in the background, and the Chafet Restaurant, and the western end of the Baobab Towers. And you can see the First Caribbean Bank headquarters in the background here as well. And this is the Warren's West Center. A quick look before I take you back to Simpson Motors. Tell you. This is the rear end of the Williams Tower, which is the Digicel head office here in Barbados. And there's also a branch of H&B Hardware. H&B Hardware was here first before it was Digicel. That was all back in the 90s. And this is the Warren's West Center, a little plaza, like with number of shops in it, such as H&B Hardware, and the Williams One offices, and the bento box with pork, sushi, and dim sum, and the wine where which sells wine and spirits. And we are upcoming First Caribbean Bank headquarters in Warren's. So this was the old Warren's estate, where the old Warren's plantation used to be, and the sugar factory. This is Nat's Home Furnishings and Design Studio. I'm approaching the First Caribbean Bank headquarters. Looking back at the Dome Mall. And this is the Williams equipment shop here, owned by Carl Williams' brother, Ralph Biz Williams. Carl Williams passed away last Friday. Carl stands for C.O. Williams, Charles Ophny Williams, but we in Barbados refer to him as Carl. He was a white-bearded Barbadian and a well-known entrepreneur here in Barbados. Sadly, he passed away last Friday after a brief illness. I didn't mean to disclose what he died from, but it's just a by the way something. I look back at the Everton Beach roundabout in Warren's. And this is the First Caribbean Bank headquarters. I look back at the Warren's roundabout. This is the eastern end of Warren's. You can see the Dome Mall in the background. And this is the first Caribbean Bank head office, which was once Warren's the Great House. This is the Michael Mansour building. First Caribbean Bank. And back at the Everton Reach roundabout, the round that takes you to St. Thomas. And all here is CIBC, which was all a part of Warren's the Great House. And you can see the eastern end of the Baobab Towers from here as well. This is on the way to Wanakar Plaza and Jackson. All First Caribbean Bank head office at the Michael Mansour building. I can back up the massive dome. So Warren's is all a part of the ABC Highway, which starts from Grand Adams International Airport in the south and will end at University of the West Indies to the west. All here is the ABC Highway in Warren's. And this is Williams Equipment, again, which is owned by Carl Williams' brother, Ralph Busy Williams. As I said before, the Warren's area started to develop into a business area sometime in the mid to late 90s. But this is the old Warren's area. This is the old Warren's business area. Back in the day when there was a campground, a country area. Warren Sugar Factory was situated along this road here. Look a piece of the ABC Highway here. With the Door Mall and the government offices in the background and the massive supermarket. All Warren, you can see up to Millennium Heights in the background. This is Millennium Heights here, which is just behind the Warren's area, close to Costules and Welch's. Millennium Heights is a gated community. It was built in between 1999 and 2000. It was officially opened on the 28th of June 2000. This is all back to the Warren's West Center. And this is the Williams Tower, which is head office for Digicel in Barbados. It's also a branch of Ace H&B Hardware downstairs. Ace H&B was here first before Digicel moved into it. Digicel officially moved into that building, I think, in 2011. As I said before, the first establishment in Warren was Simpson Motors. Structural Systems, which is right here. Somewhere around here. Right here. This building here, owned by Carl Williams' brother, Ralph Busy Williams. And then Simpson Motors moved into the area in 1988, and then the Saul gas station in 1991, and then the ITC building, which is the head office for Saul here in Barbados, that moved to Warren's in. First of all, look at the Warren's West Center here. Then the ITC building, which moved in 1991, and then the Shell gas station, which later became Saul, that moved to Warren's in, I think, yes, in 1991 as well. And then Chafet moved to Warren's in 1996. The Door Mall in 1999 as Galaxy Motors. And then Massey as Supercenter in 2002. And then other businesses moved within the years. This is another late evening walk in the Warren's area. This is the Simpson Motors where they keep their used cars, I think. This is all Simpson Motors here. Looking back to the Warren's area, where the big buildings are. And all here is the ABC Highway. You can see the western end of the Baobab Towers. And you can see Chafet Restaurant. And you can see the Cgi Towers, the Massey stores, Williams Towers of Digicel, and the Massey Dome in the background. The Massey stores here It's also a plaza with a number of malls, with a number of shops in it. It's like a mall along with the mall. That's good. Some Motors here, which is the agents for Suzuki vehicles. They outgrow their Simpson Motors outgrew its Hinesbury Road location just outside of Bridgetown in 1988, and it moved to Warrens. That was long before the area was developed into what it is now. The Simpson Motors showroom again. The Suzuki Tower, and this is their Christmas display, like what they have every year. They also had a Wonderland here for children, a Christmas program, and they have their Christmas display over here. The Christmas display. So this is Simpson Motors here, which is the agents for Suzuki vehicles here in Barbados. Simpson Motors. All their Christmas display. Since the 90s, they were doing this. Simpson Motors also specializes in Isuzu, Mitsubishi, Chevrolet, Mercedes-Benz, and Subaru vehicles. Another Christmas display with the nativity scene. And this is the Simpson head office, which stands for SOL, S-O-L, which stands for Simpson Oil Limited. The guy who owns Simpson Motors is the same guy who owns all the SOL gas stations here in Barbados and in the Caribbean. His name is Sir Kiffin Simpson. All Simpson Motors here. Again, the Simpson Oil Limited, the Simpson head office, was once the ITC building. This moved to Warrens area in 1991. Here are some of our transport board buses parked up. Simpson Motors was the agent for these transport board buses because they are Mercedes-Benz buses. They were built in Brazil for the Barbados Transport Board. The Mercedes-Benz buses. So these are some of them here parked up. When they're getting service, they come here to get service. All the Simpson head office. So this is, as I said before, this is the old Warrens estate. And this is the park section for Simpson Motors. And here are some more of our buses parked up in here. This is Collins in the background. Collins Limited, Collins the Laboratory, Collins Limited. Established in 1822. Here are some more of our transport buses parked up in Simpson Yard. So as I said before, when they're getting repaired, they come here because Simpson Motors was the agents for them, because these are Mercedes-Benz buses. The big blue and yellow buses for the Barbados Transport Board, the Marco Polo big buses. Simpson Motors was the agents for them. So when they're getting refurbished or getting repaired, they come here. All the Warrens area. And this is the Collins Limited, established in 1888. Sorry, 1888. And the Warren Sugar Factory was here one time under the Warren's plantation. You can see the Simpson Oil Limited head office again. And this is Flo office here. Flo have an office here as well. An outlet here. So Warren's is known as a city away from the city, where businesses are moving out of town into the area. And this was the former Simpson showroom addition for the Mitsubishi vehicles, which was built here in 1998, but now is now owned by the Carter's General Store, which is a hardware store. Yes, guys. Now, approaching the Ronamap Highway, better referred as Highway 2A, which starts in Warrens and will end at Mile and a Quarter in St. Peter. This road will take you back. I'm now in the parish of St. Thomas. This part of Warrens is in the parish of St. Thomas. Warrens is on the border of St. Thomas and St. Michael. So this is now St. Thomas, taking you back to relatives and back to Corsules and Redmond Village. And all here is Claremont, which is another housing area in Warrens. So this is all the former Mitsubishi showroom for Simpson Motors, which is now taken over by Carter's General Store. So this road here will take you back to Claremont. The road to the right will take you back to Claremont and back to Queen's College Secondary School. And back to Husbands and into the parish of St. James. Yes, right. This is the Simpson Oil Limited, best referred to as SOL, which was the ITC building. SOL head office, Simpson head office. This is all Warrens Heights and Warrens Crescent and back to Lodge Hill. And this is the section of Warrens. The western section of Warrens, taking you back to Simpson Motors, and then taking you back to the north and west of the island. This is the western section of the Warrens area. And I'm back again at Simpson Motors. can see the western end of the Baobab Towers once again. And we can see the Salt gas station and the Kentucky restaurant in the background, the Cgi Towers, Chefette restaurant, and the Massey stores as well. Or Simpson showroom with the Suzuki Swifts. This is outside of Simpson showroom, sorry. I'm back at the Darcy Scott roundabout, which is the second roundabout in Warrens. Which is outside of Simpson Motors and is sponsored by Simpson Motors. So thank you guys for watching. Once again. Have a blessed evening. Back at Warrens Estate. The Darcy Scott on the boat.